Pandas, 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 pandas. I got broads in Atlanta, twisting dope lean and a phantom. Pandas, welcome to the stream. John Lee, good morning. Erp Media, good morning. Frank Angel, good morning. Kevin Mack, good morning. We just finished the pre-market show. Thanks for joining. Always have a great time there. Yeah, I'd love to see more people there and you guys enjoying the pre-market show. And it's always nice because it's a smaller circle, so obviously when people ask questions, I can take some time to answer them. And so, yeah. Gianni Bijar, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Mali, good morning. Mike Thompson, good morning. Icky, good morning, guys. Drop a GM in the chat. Do appreciate it. And also, if you guys could fill out that poll, let me know what kind of day you think it might be. Honestly, I don't know how much engagement these polls do, but I think they're fun. I like them. I enjoy them because honestly, it's like I do this not because I want to like boost up my numbers. I don't know if it even does. I don't know if it even affects the algorithm. But I do it because I could obviously do something like just give me a 1 or 2 in the chat, depending on what you think. But I feel like the poll gives you a little more anonymity, and so you're a little more willing to fill it out, where you don't have to like put your name out there and actually commit to a decision. You can actually put it here, and it's a little more, I guess. It will include more people in the discussion. So yeah, I do it because I like it. It's fun. I'm actually curious and enjoy it. So I like that more than the possible, benefit of engagement. So it's for you guys and it's for me. I think it's fun. There's a new feature here that I might try out with you guys. I have no idea how it's gonna go, but yeah. I'm gonna try a new feature here. I'm gonna see how this goes. It completely blanks it out, so I can't even see. Oh, I can go to the chat, and then I can go to the question section. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that question up for you guys. It's a lot of stuff to engage with, but I want to check it out. It's a new feature. I've never seen it before, so. Morning, are those polls a contrarian indicator? Sometimes maybe. Sometimes maybe. It's actually especially hard when you have no other information during the day. I like to actually ask this question about 15 minutes in the trading day, and I think that actually helps you. Instead of like a wild guess, it's more like actually helps you because you have a little more information. You can be a little more accurate, let's say. I don't know, something like this. I'm trying to figure out this channel here. It's a little weird because it has like overshoots and undershoots in it. It's kind of hard to find the accurate one, but I'll try this. It captures these pivot highs, captures these pivot lows. It misses all these pivots here, so I don't like that, but you gotta work with what you got. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Icky, Mike Thompson, SW Blaze, PB Vince, good morning, guys. You guys are awesome. Sweet Onions, welcome back. Bernadette, good morning. Sue, pullback at open. Michael S, are those pulls contrary indicator? Maybe. Lace Nawi, good morning. Wayne Bicknell. Good morning from Georgia Mountains. Kenny Sue, good morning. Patrick McLaughlin, good morning, Panda. From Idaho, welcome back. Kellyanne, good morning, welcome. Hugh, good morning. Bander, good morning, guys. It is Monday, and we are ready to trade, and TGIM is what we love to say here. It's because we actually are sad when it comes to the weekend, because that means time away from you guys, time away from the community, time away from what we love doing, which is trading price action, trading futures here every single day. Good morning, guys. Welcome. I mean, what does Trump push up? What can I say? Daily chart. It's actually amazing. We gap down and we just have a strong bull bar right when the market opens on Sunday evening. And this is why we love futures, because the market continues afterwards. And if you wanted to, you can trade the extended trading hours or Globix session. Amazing. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Look at how crazy the price action is right now. Strong, super strong push up. This is strong push down. And now we're going back strong push up. And the trading range indicator doing its job here. And also, maybe this channel is actually accurate. I wanted to capture these, but I think I have to extend it to capture some more pivots down here. Plus, since we have more information, I think we can include this. I think this is going to bounce. Basically, when you're near a support like this, you can kind of think that this is going to bounce. So right now, what it seems like, so probably come back to the top of the trading range. And what it seems like now is, you saw the strong bear bar. You're thinking maybe follow through, right? Follow through on the strong bear bar. But if you look to the left of the chart, you can see here that we have closed all in this area. So even though we saw this big move down, we still have the closes and the bodies of these candles, the bottom of them right here. And this is where you see this kind of stoop down a little bit and then bounces right off of it. So this is not a good place to do a continuation trade, right? This is a strong bear bar, right? If you want good continuation, this is a good continuation trade. This is a good continuation bar, right? When you see a strong bar like this, you're like, should I continue this trade? Pause bar, then continuation down. And so if you look to the left, you see how there's nothing onto the left of these bars. Right here, you see to the left, it's just two bars overlapping. And here you see a strong move down, and you wait, pause, and then you find continuation here. So it's like these bars, right, where you look to the left, at least it's not complete overlapping. Even for this was a little scary because you have potential support right here, which is where you see a little consolidation. But if you want to take if you want follow through, or if you see a big bear bar basically entering always in short, this is not it, right? Because if you look to the left, look at a strong bull bar, then a strong bear bar. This just almost cancels each other out, and you just don't know what's going on. Like if I saw this on any other time frame, I'll just be like, this is getting choppy. I don't know, sitting on my pause. That's what I would say. Getting a strong push up, so really we could have a strong bull trend day today. It looks incredibly strong now. What's kind of annoying about days like this is sometimes it moves up like this in the overnight session, and when the regular trading hours hit, it just goes sideways because it kind of already makes this move. We'll see. I mean, I really do feel like the market is in a spot where it's a little confused. I think, if you're above the 50% mark here, then a high chance to hit the top of this trading range. I don't know, pandas. Like, am I looking for this? A failed secondary short on the daily chart? Is that what I'm looking for? I don't know. If that does happen, that'd be very tempting to go long. But, yeah. Yep. Very interesting. Weekly chart trap. Weekly chart coming off the 240 SMA. Right? Like, when's the weekly chart? When's the last time the weekly chart hit the 240 SMA? Way over here. Bounces off of it like this, and then second time it hits it, breaks through. We are at the 240 SMA at the bottom of the channel as well, and with a failed trap potentially here on the weekly chart. Man, oh man, incredible. Anyways, what we're going to look at is today's price action. We're going to look at this chart here, the 2000 tick chart. And we're going to try to maybe incorporate some of the information we just learned from the daily chart into this, but it's hard to say at this moment, to be honest. It's not as clear as day. Let's let a couple candles form here. Market's about to open. 15 seconds. Also, give me a chart check, pandas. Let me see if the charts are similar to yours. It's need like 2 or 3 people to confirm. A lot of you guys think it's going to be a bull trend day today. Market just opened. Let's get that bamboo. If you guys don't know, there's a new feature, question and answer feature. I asked a simple question. Any questions on two-legged pullbacks or reading price action? Do I know when questions are being asked? I don't know. Do appreciate that confirmation, Lath. We're getting a push up, continue getting a push up here. The very best I can do is this. And we already had an overshoot. We're breaking out. I know it's going to look crazy, but the 5-minute chart currently looks like this. Huge gap up. Amazing. Going back to basically the open. This was a trading on Friday. It was crazy. Tell me, what streamer out there keeps their trade markers on? Tell me. Someone needs to tell me that. Which streamer out there keeps their trade markers on for everyone to see? I don't know any. Look at this consolidation. Absolutely incredible. 10,000 tick chart. Just a huge move up though. Amazing. Wow. Look at this triangle here. This is just a triangle that just explodes. to the upside. Amazing. It's grinding up. I can't take any trades here, but pandas, let me ask. If you saw a two-legged pullback here, would you take it? So if you guys have been trading for a while now, you guys know you have to anticipate these trades. So I like to ask the question before it even happens. In this area, since you're already reading the context and trying to use price action, you already kind of have a bias. Right now, it's definitely a strong uptrend. I mean, it's a small pullback uptrend, in fact. Like, basically what this helps you decide is never to go short. Right? We're not going short here in any sense. And we're not thinking about shorts. But it doesn't mean you take every long either. Small pullback bull trend here. I don't know. I mean, the obvious answer today seems like uptrend. Uptrend day today. I don't know. We'll find out. Two-legged pullback forming here, pandas. Perhaps if we get it pushed down, we can't have this pivot break. If it's broken, then we lose the count here. Count resets. We don't have any two-legged pullbacks. Amazing. Just watching this go up. All first entries. If you see the indicator here, you see how none of them are dark green. That means these are all first entries. First entry, first entry, first entry, first entry, first entry, first entry, right? Gray, light green, 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 gray. So, all first entries. You see down here, these are second entries. Dark green numbers. High or low. Perhaps second entry here. A, B, C. But it's getting a little choppy now. Very confusing. Pushes up. We lose our second pullback. So no second entries. Absolutely incredible. You need two legs down in order to get a second entry. Now it's kind of getting overextended. You see a breaker trend to new high, but still way above the 20 MA. Still hard to think that, you know, we want to go short anytime soon. We need a little more evidence that this is reversing if we're going to go short, I feel like. I mean, this is a strong bull trend right now. Small pullback bull trend. You're just not thinking going short. In fact, on the 5-minute, we are almost back to the Friday's open daily chart, basically retracing almost this entire bar in the first 5 minutes, right? We're already back up on the daily chart. Coming back to the 20 MA, this is just showing at least, the very least, this is getting choppy. It's the very least it's showing. Is it going to reverse? We don't know. But typically, if you do reverse, you head into some chop. You know, it takes a while to turn a heavy boat. You know, like for a heavy boat to stop, basically it has to stop, slow down, turn around, and finally go. You're getting a trap trade here. Strong bull move, trap trade, far away from 20 MA. It's still a trap, outside bar reversal. I'm skipping it. Even though it's going along with the major trend, the setup itself is not good enough for me, and it's just late in trend. I'm okay with skipping this and missing this, and just gonna say, how would I have known that that would really been good, other than, you know, taking a guess here, a gamble. It does push up strongly, so some people took that as a setup to take. Still no two-legged pullbacks here. Pandas, by the way, there's a new feature called Q&A, and I'm not sure how it really works. I don't know how it even looks like on your end, but I put up a question. Any questions on two-legged pullbacks or reading price action? If you guys have any questions about the system or what's going on here, then please feel free to put a question in the Q&A. You know, I think one question is this. Do I ever go into first entries? Should I ever go in first entries? Or, for instance, how would I have known that this trend was so strong that I should just enter every single first entry available? How would you have known? You know, those are good questions, I think. If I were in your shoes, those are questions I would be asking. Is there any way to tell that this, before hindsight bias, is there any way to tell, like, oh, I'm just gonna go long, I'm just gonna go long here, I'm 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 just gonna go long here, I'm gonna go long here, I'm just gonna go long here. You know, is there any way to have, you know, to have known to do that without hindsight bias? We may have a two-legged pullback here. Prince Roland says volume. The problem is that this is a tick chart. So this is volume.
10,000 tick trap.
This is volume. That's the problem. So if you don't know what tick chart is, basically we're trading the price action of the volume. Maybe your better answer would have been time. I do have a bar timer indicator to show you how long these bars are taking to make, and you can see that, you know, if the bar is large and the time is small, then you can kind of use it as like an inverse of a volume indicator on the time chart. We may have a two-leggy here. It might be about time, and it comes at a perfect time where things are very confusing. You know, are we starting to curl over? Is the momentum being lost here? What's going on at this point? Oof. Just a big move up. Always in long. Very rare for something like this to happen in the market, where every first entry, almost every first entry is good. This is very rare. I would say less than 10%. Less than 10% that you could assume this would happen. See, the problem is that you have to basically do, if you're going to say like, oh, I would have definitely entered long then you're going to have to do that every single time you see anything like this happen. And I would say 90% of the time it will actually fail. You have to be okay with that, actually failing. No two leggies though. Continues to move up without any hint of reversal here since the beginning, since the very beginning. Strong bull bar, and it just never stops. If we break the Friday high, I'm actually gonna mark it here. If we break this high, then I think that is just that is saying something. That is saying something remarkable. At the very least, like inside bar, but the way this is moving, it's on pace to hit it. Still no two leggies. Amazing. Kevin Max says, I had the power to reverse this trend. All I need to do is go long. You know, that's the thing. Is like, oh, should I just go long? And then you start getting FOMO. And then you realize right when you go long, you're at the top of late in trend. And it reverses. And you're like, wow. If I just did opposite of what I thought. Yeah, well, Al Brooks will say that you're basically trapped out of this uptrend. This is actually a two-leggy here. I can ask it. That two-leggy just triggers. Not enough room top of the pivot highs. Not even close to any key area here. So we're going to skip it. But that is your first two-legged pullback of the day. And it does scalp you out. You get a scalp there. That's your first two-leggy. Incredible. I'm trying to capture. I'm trying to figure out this next trend. I don't like this. Too much noise here. I don't know. Maybe something like this? Nah, but the tops don't make sense. Try to capture as many points as possible here, but it's hard. It's a little oblong. The shape here is a little yeah, this it's weird. It's like channels within channels within channels. We finally hit the 20 EMA. We haven't hit the 20 EMA in about 60 bars, it looks like. I don't want to count it. There's so many bars here. It's the first time I hit the 20 EMA. People will have limit orders here, honestly, on the 20 EMA. You know, you might even want to take this first pullback off the 20 EMA. Not thinking it's just going to do a deep reversal here, but maybe it might. Small, teeny risk here. If we get two-leggy here, we got to just take it. You might get a two-legged pullback here now. A, B, C. I gotta make some sort of like possible two-legged pullback here. A, B, C, higher low setup. Continuous uptrend. If we see a setup here, would you guys go long? So you gotta anticipate the setup, see if it happens. The only problem is that we kind of have some resistance up here now, like this. That is annoying, but it's a bit annoying, to be honest. We need a good signal bar here. Signal bar is currently terrible. Like, that's like a terrible signal bar, even if it reverses. Even if it triggers a second entry long here, I cannot take that signal bar. Even on the strongest uptrend, cannot take it. Wow. Make a double bottom here. In fact, another terrible signal bar. Now we're beneath the 20 EMA, making things even more confusing for us. But we do have a two-leggy here. It's beneath the 20 EMA. It's hard for me to take. It's hard for me to go long underneath the 20 EMA with 4 bear bars in a row. Boy, oh boy, this is confusing. Don't know what to do. Just simply don't know what to do here. This trend is just it's just wild. I don't know. I can't even capture it. This is confusing. I want to keep my drawings on here. I would do something like this where you hit this pivot and this pivot. With such a strong uptrend, I mean, you're not really thinking like just a top reversal. It's hard. It's hard to think that. You're thinking the uptrend will continue, but might have a pretty deep pullback. And what we're looking for probably now is actually, you know, a major trend reversal to go back up. You know, that's what I'm looking for now. I don't know if I'm looking for a short trade, but this could be a breaker trend. I mean, I look for a fail second entry short here any day. I would look for this setup thinking break a trend to new low, but hard to say. Really hard to say, actually. Higher time frame, the 10,000 tick chart, believe it or not, actually has a trading range saying we are in a trading range here. We may come back to the 20 EMA on the 10,000 tick chart. Right, and this has been one leg up. Absolutely incredible. Actually, 2 legs up. Potential L4 setup. 5-minute chart, far above the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. I don't know. Should I take a second entry short here, pandas? I don't know if I could take that. It feels a little scary. I'm scared. I don't know. I don't know if I'll take that second entry short. What trading software is this? This is called NinjaTrader. A lot of you guys would have gone long if the setup happened, but the setup didn't happen, so I'm closing that. Potential trap trade, right? Instead of second entry long, you're looking for that trap. This absolutely incredible 1-point range on these 2,000 tick chart candles. 2,000 ticks is only 1-point range on the last 2 bars. What's happening? This is incredible. Another 1-point range. How is that possible? Another 1-point range. Believe it or not, this candle is 2 times risk reward right there. You actually made 2 times risk reward if you went long there. I don't know what to do here, pandas. Looks weird. Looks choppy. You know, if I see something like this is kind of concerning to me. I don't know what's happening. Outside bar reversal on that trap. The trap fails, pushes strongly up. I'm looking for a fail second entry short here. I'll take a hidden one here actually, but take note, pandas. We do have a trend line here that we can use. Anywhere in this wick is valid for a, worst case scenario, it's way up here. Can block you. Higher low, second entry long. Coming out to 20 EMA, but this trend line, you gotta be careful of this trend line, these trend lines. It might break through this time, but there's so many times that this doesn't work. You take that long, you're still in Trap City. I'll take a failed second entry short here, but Trap City right now, you're still in Trap City. As in, if you went this long, you still have a major point. And what is your risk, right? What are you going to use as your pivot low? This one is huge risk here. Push up. Might come out of Trap City. It might be departing from Trap City. And it looks good to come out of Trap City almost. Still haven't gotten out of Trap City. Looks close. I almost want to go long here. Almost want to go long, but I'll wait for my setup. Fail second entry short in this area. And traders may be eager to go long here, and that's fine. I'm just going to miss it, but I'm looking for my setup, pandas. I'm looking for a specific setup. It says basically starts from here. A, B, C, A, trap. That's the setup I'm looking for. Continuous uptrend. Major trend reversal. Right, break a trend to new low. Let's see if we get that second entry short here. It doesn't look like it wants to trigger it, but let's see. We got out of Trap City. Amazing. We just departed Trap City. Now it goes up without us. Right, doesn't give us our setup, even though our premise was right. Everything looked good. Doesn't give us our setup, so we say it's okay. We'll take the next one. We'll take it when you actually get a setup here. We may get it here. I don't know. It looks toppy to me, to be honest. It's hard to tell, right? You're in these situations when you basically are creating a trading range in these areas. It's always hard to tell if you're like basically creating some sort of consolidation to reverse, or if you're going to, if it's a pause to continue up. It's always difficult to tell, and that's why that's why trading is trading. That's why nothing's 100%. You can see it both ways. You can see a bull case and a bear case all in the same place. Strong bear bar. You know, it's a weird trap to take. Plus, the risk is huge. Gotta skip it, unfortunately. The risk is not too large here, but potential fail second is short. But strong bear bar like this, I don't know. Basically, coming back into this, right? This trend line, potentially saying fail second entry or fail breakout. It's always confusing in these areas, right? Are we creating a trading range, or are we going to continue up, or are we going to reverse? It's confusing. Higher time frames, lower high, second entry short does trigger 10,000 tick chart. That's a lower high, second short. But what that sets us up for is potentially a second entry long on the 10,000 tick chart, which could be an amazing continuation. I'll just say it's a little bit confusing to say that we are still in an uptrend. The original trend was up. Now we're in consolidation. 60% chance that this continues to go up versus a 40% chance it reverses here, I think. Yeah, that's a good point, Turtle Toes. I mean, we have this big channel here. It could be overshoot to an undershoot, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It eventually does trigger the trap. Higher low second entry long. Maybe I'll be interested in. Coming from the bottom of this trading range back to the top of the trading range, perhaps. Second entry long does trigger on the 10,000 tick chart. 10,000 tick chart, second entry long triggers here. It's far away from 20 MA, but confusing.
10,000 tick trap.
It might trigger the trap on a 10,000 tick chart. I like the higher low second entry long here, to be honest, but I don't know if it'll trigger. I really don't know if it'll trigger. Do not copy my trades. Bottom of the trading range, perhaps back to the top of the trading range here. Second entry long triggering on the 10,000 tick chart, giving me some evidence we're coming back up here. As long as the risk isn't ginormous. Oh, almost impossible to time that. 1, 2, 3 point risk here. No longer interested because now this is your signal bar. Goodbye. Trap triggering on 10,000 tick chart looks like almost. It's very confusing. Very confusing. See, now it's like, for those people who said, just buy everything, go long. You're probably very scared right now because you have no idea what's happening. How soon do we forget? How soon do we forget those foolish comments? And that's the thing about trading, is like, you're quick to forget, like, when you have like bad premises and they don't work out, and you kind of toss it like, it's okay, you know, it's just an exception. Like, no, like, you really have to pay attention when, you really have to have like deep self-awareness when you realize, man, I was really wrong, and I have to adjust my trading strategy.
10,000 tick trap.
Inside bar, incredible. Trap on 10,000 tick chart above the 20 MA. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Trap triggers on a 10,000 tick chart. It could be a big push down here. Believe it or not, on the 5-minute chart, all it's setting up is a 2-legged pullback. A, B, C. So far away from 20 MA. I'm thinking this has another leg up, to be honest. I think it does. Coming back to the bottom of the channel here. 10,000 tick chart coming back to the 20 EMA on 10,000 tick with a trap trade. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm glad that didn't trigger now. I'm thankful. I am looking for a long trade here. I'm thinking this is break a trend to new low. I'm looking for a long trade here now. I'm not looking to go short here. If it does trigger, I may even take the higher low. I'm pretty eager to go long now. I think this is a strong enough pullback here to continue this uptrend. Plus, we're at the bottom of the channel here. Might be overshoot to undershoot, but I'm in a place where I feel pretty comfortable going long. 10,000 tick chart hitting 20 EMA here, creating basically another two-leggy. A, B, C, two-legged pullback. I don't think it's time yet for the 5 minute to hit the 20 EMA. Even the 99% chance sometime today it will hit it. I don't think the 5 minutes ready yet. I think it's going to have a couple legs up before making a serious attempt back to the 20 EMA. That's just my opinion. It's not financial advice. 5 minutes is far away from 20, but I do believe it probably has another leg up and it probably will happen in midair. Just watching. I have no setup here or underneath the 20 MA. So even though I might want to go long, this is not what I'm looking for. That is not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to go long. I need to kind of get above the 20 MA here. Or I need the second entry long to trigger on the 10,000 tick chart. Looking for a trap trade here. If we get this trap, this is a dream trade, in my opinion. If we get a fail second entry short here, I think this is a dream. I'm not sure if we're going to get it, though. A, B, C. Dream here. It might be inside bar. Just continuation up. That could be possible, too. But I like a trap trade here, and I think it would be one of those dream setups. Yep. See, market goes up without us. Doesn't give us our dream setup. It says, nope, sayonara. We're not making trading that easy for you. And we're going to go up without you. Unfortunately. Oh, man. We may get it here. I'll take the long here still, as long as there's enough room to the top of this trading range. I'm looking for a long trade here, coming off the bottom of our channel, continuing this original uptrend, bouncing off the 20 EMA, on the 10,000 tick chart, two leggy off the 10,000 tick, two leggy maybe potentially on the 5 minute. Give me my trap trade here. I'll take it long. Strong bear bar ending on its low. I gotta take a small retracement here. 1, 2, 3. I gotta take a retracement here if this does trigger. If it's this small, I can take it here. It's a trap trade. No joy on our setup. Goodbye. No joy in our setup. It might trigger here, but at this point I need the higher low setup. It's a triple bottom here. Triple bottom might be enough to go long. It's just this risk is large. I don't know. I don't like the signal bar either. Let's see what happens here. I see triple bottom here. Might continue back up. I'll take a small retreat if I can get this retracement. I think if I get the retracement still, I'll be interested here. It's starting to look like it's making a lower high, but it's a retracement for me, 3 points. Thinking the trap to the long side, it's a little risky here, but I feel like, all right, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. I got my 2 points there. I know that looked kind of weird to do, but I feel like the triple bottom here might come back up to the top of the trading range. Well worth it. Even if I swung it, I think it'll still be worth it here. Swung it back to the top of the trading range. Basically 1, 2, 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. And it's also basically a fail second to short. But my opinion is getting a little choppy. A little risky trade there. I might take a higher low here as well. If this triggers here, then I'll take the higher low, but the market seems like it's being a little stingy today. It's not giving me any setups. It's like one of those days it just doesn't give you setups. Like you can read the market well, but you're just not getting any setups. Just not getting any setups. Like I feel like this is going to explode to the upside. Like this is really going to explode. Second entry long triggers on the 10,000 tick chart off the 20 MA higher low. Amazing. 10,000 tick chart. Higher low, second entry long triggers here. 10,000 tick. I'll take another long trade here if it does reverse. Pikachu trade. Do not copy my trades. It's getting a little choppy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars going in and out of the 20 MA. It could be a little tricky here. I'm in this trade. It's about 3-point risk. Going for 2 points here. Could maybe even swing this up here if you want to expand your reward. I don't like that teeny bar. It increases the chances of reversal here. I don't like the look of this bar. It looks a little tricky. Honestly, it looks like it wants to shoot downwards and just give me like 5 points of slippage. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. I mean, that's with confluence with 10,000 tick, you know, higher low, second entry long, curling up 20 EMA on 10,000 tick. You got to think it could at least make 2 points there. And so with confluence on the 2,000 tick chart, with a setup, I got to take it. I got to take it. It's just a 3-point risk for 2-point reward. It's, I think, well worth it. And yeah, so just scalping. I'm just scalping here, pandas. No one's asking any questions on the Q&A. I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I've been so like focused on the charts. I've been neglecting you guys. What have you guys been saying? Sleepy Joe got the second entry long NQ. Let's go, baby. This thing is reversing soon. There's no bull pressure at the top. Possible overshoot, undershoot. Got it, got it. 1 point away from another funded account. 1 point away from another funded account. Let's go, baby. Carl Herman, good job. Congrats. Undershooting. See if it comes back up. It's just way too choppy at this point. I'm skipping all this now. 50% retracement. Looking out for our brother here, Richard. Chris, nothing like taking a trade and forgetting to switch from sim to live. Oof. Especially, you know, the funny thing is, it's like, it only happens when you win the trades. Adam says, I defended you inside a Discord and got banned. I'm not sure what that means. I rarely ban anyone on Discord. Usually people on Discord, they're... I don't know. That's weird. Do you have a video of hotkey entries? Yes, I do, Nasir. Look into my my channel and look up on Ninja Trader settings. There is timestamps, and look up for the hotkey timestamp. Adam says, where can I send in the trade setup? Is there like pictures you can send in? In the Discord, you can do that. On fire, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ends up coming back to the top of the trading range in a very choppy manner. Second entry long does trigger on the 5-minute chart. I think this is gonna have a strong push up, but I'll just allow this to Oh, okay, Adam says, in the Algo Box Discord, he tried to defend me and he got banned. Yeah, that guy's weird. He has a vendetta against me. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Like, for me, he's so nothing to me. I don't even know who he is, but he has this like random vendetta against me. See, if you look at the 10,000 tick chart, you basically have a trap that just triggered here. And it could be potentially very strong setup to shoot up upwards for a long time. Man, I almost want to go long here, but this risk is huge. I just think it means we have a lot more room to go up here, and we are not going to relent for a while. On the 5-minute chart, we're still far away from 20 MA, but I think we can go up like almost all day, and maybe at the very end we might hit the 20 MA. I don't know. This could be a day we don't hit the 20 MA. I mean, it is like a 99 like 0.9% chance, so you have a 0.01% chance for it to happen. But yeah, I'm just saying this doesn't look weak. This still looks very strong going up, and you know, just a small pullback. The main reason being because our pullback here on the 10,000 tick chart, look at the 20 MA. It's still curling up, right? It has a shape of it to launch off the 20 MA here, so I think it might have a lot more room to go up here. We hit the top of the trading range on 2,000 tick chart. Bounce off of it. Let's see here. If the trap triggers on the 5-minute, then it's a completely different story. If we get a trap here on the 5-minute chart and it triggers, it can come back down to 20 MA. Every bar tells us more information, but man, I just don't think. I think it's hard to say, but I think this has potential to really go up. Jacob asks, where's my Discord? The Discord, you have access to it either by purchasing the 2-legged pullback indicator deluxe. We have lifetime access, or one-time payment lifetime access, or you can check it out and as a super panda. Pushing up strongly here. I almost want to go long here, but it's so choppy here, and so apparently a trading range. I'm scared of a failed breakout coming back in. I would like it to be clearly upwards, like above it with breakout bar, right? Some strong, super strong bull bar, and with some follow through, and then I'll probably look for a 2-leggy. Simple as that. That's my setup. That's what I'm looking for. I only look for one single setup, pandas. Anyone who okay, Sleepy just says, what did Vinny say? He talks a lot of smack about prop trades, like traders like Matt for blowing up account and ICT, selling mentorship. Not sure what he have against you other than using Apex. He says that I'm crazy or something. You know what's really weird? I think he's crazy. I think he's actually kind of crazy. I think anyone who listens to my streams and are actually active listeners can hopefully say that I'm like, my thoughts and opinions are pretty based. I think they are. I think I'm pretty reasonable. I think, the reason why I feel that way is because I think I try to look at both sides, right? I tell you, like, sometimes a 2-legged pullback is very hard to trade. There's a lot of like, downfalls when it comes to 2-legged pullbacks too. It's not a perfect And any means, you know, it's not a perfect, you know, trading system, but by any means here. See, this trading range is so choppy. We have a trap trade maybe pushing to the upside here. I'm going to skip it. I just don't like it. Barely enough room to the top of this box. And it's going in a very choppy manner. I don't like it at all. It does trigger the trap. I'm going to let it be. To me, this is a little... It's not clear enough for me yet. It does push up strongly. And gives you a scalp. So we'll let it go. Hard to take that trade for me. Especially at top of a trading range. You typically don't want to go long. And I know it works this time, but the next time, next time it's not gonna. Hey, who knows? Who knows? It worked this time with hindsight bias, but next time you just don't know. You really just don't know. Yeah, I think he's crazy because he thinks I'm like a real panda talking. Let's see. Let's see. And the most ironic thing is he has some things against these people, you know, but he himself is obviously trying to sell a certain product. He himself is also doing the exact same thing. He's accusing, you know, these other people. And I think the main thing is because I'm not trying to sell a system. You know, I don't have anything to try to sell a system for. Like, I have this indicator, but I'm not trying to sell a system at all. The indicator is like a hammer. For me, it's like a tool. You know, if you like the tool, if you want to build a house, then here's a tool. If you like the system, then here's a tool to help you with it. But by no means am I trying to sell a system. That's, you know, if anything, I'm trying to learn a system. If you guys have been on this channel long enough. Multiple traps to the upside, very difficult. Like, I'm not taking any of these trades here. It's just very choppy. But we obviously made a new high here. So, and like I mentioned, you know, we have a lot more room to go up. So, you know, with this trap to the long side here on the 10,000 tick chart with this curling up 20 EMA and the 5-minute triggering at second entry long, it really just doesn't look like we could have a measure move essentially like this on the 5-minute chart. Like, this is not too far-fetched to think that we'll try and make a measure move that looks like this today. And, you know, or it could be a couple of days and it might take a while, but, you know, it could be possible. You know, this is how strong I think this is right now. It's unfortunate. I need to find my setup. I need to find two leggies. Yeah, I mean, the indicator, you know, for anyone who's watching, if you want more information about the indicator, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. Pushing up strong. Is this strong enough to think that this is a breakout from this? I think so. I think so. I think we can clearly say we're in an uptrend again. Some more evidence on the 5-minute chart. Strong bull bar ending on its high on the 5-minute chart. So you got to think that perhaps there might be follow through. And we could break the previous day's high, which is on the daily chart, is coming, retracing this entire bar, making an outside bar reversal. Absolutely incredible on the daily chart. But man, I mean, with trading these days, anything is possible. Actually, I don't need this. It's already being marked. Chris does have a good point here. Imagine if you're going short here. And you're like, well, actually, if you scaled in, actually, most of the shorts who are short here, they scaled in to come out either break even when they saw this reversal. They're like, we're out here. And now there's like a lack of shorts here. And basically a lot of bulls pushing it up. But imagine if you're like stuck here. Like, imagine you're like, okay, strong bear bar. I'm going to just sell the close here. And then you start to see this, like, okay, I'll just scale in. And I'll just scale in again until I come up break even. Right now, you are having big pain if you're scaling in if you bought the low of this bar. That's what a lot of traders I think might be doing right now, right? Coming off the top of the trading range, strong bear bar, anyone's low. You're like, okay, I can at least probably imagine coming back down here. I'll just scale in a couple times and hopefully come up break even. But still, I mean, imagine if you're scaling in this level. And every single scale in, you know, you gotta recognize it's a double up. It's a double up. If you scaled in every single time, you're still haven't come up break even, and now you're in 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you know, just say you had one contract in the beginning, 2 contracts, 4 contracts, 8 contracts deep in with a lot of pain, and you still haven't come up break even. Your break even's right here to 25s. Ouch. I know you're kind of wondering what am I doing here, but basically if you make these lines, you see a halfway point at this dot, and basically that's a break even, right? So if I went short here, I basically go short in with the break of a previous candle's low, and I go short here again, short here, previous candle's low. I mean, I'm a little inaccurate here. I mean, it's okay, still 50, right? You keep on, I'm keeping going down to the 50% mark, and these are double ups every single time. Just big pain right now. You're coming out break even maybe on this bar. Maybe. You're like, oh, I was one tick away. I should just gotten out right there. And let's say like you go scaling one more time where you have 16 contracts. Technically, you would have gotten out break even right here. 16 contracts deep. Whew. Too rich for my blood. I think this can continue to go up. I almost want to come in a first entry here. I'll take a higher low second entry. Jason Simpson asks, any news on 80%? I'll tell you right now, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button. If there is an 80% off code, trust me, you will be the first ones to hear through this channel. And you know, the thing is, like, my status with Apex is so good that they will actually tell me, right? They'll tell me in advance when it's about to happen. And so I am like, I'm not surprised when it does happen. When it does happen, I'm already ready. I have all my messages set up and I have it scheduled to be sent out. So you'll know right away the moment it happens. And so make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification. I usually put a post up, and then but at the very, very latest, you'll hear it in my stream if I stream. If there's like a streaming day afterwards. But I definitely will put a post up immediately the moment they give you the green. They give me the green light. So you'll be the first ones to hear. Jason's Panda, would you ever consider trading on your own without a prop firm? In a sense, why at this point? Like, why? I would say like definitely later. Like, I think if I can accumulate, like, I don't know, it has to be a pretty big bag. I almost want to go long at the break of this top here, thinking continuation on the 5-minute. But I want to wait for my setup here. I really do. I really do. But yeah, I guess at the end, sooner or later, I probably would. But, you know, only if once I'm like in a place with the prop firms where I feel like that 10% trim really, really affects me. Really, really affecting me. Yeah. Then I'll probably just liquidate and just trade, you know, just trade accounts on my own. Nasir says, I have my hotkey set up, but it's not working. I would say make sure there's one setting you have to make sure is ticked. It's in the comments. And also the description. There's like one setting that I forgot to mention in the video itself. Make sure you read the comment. There's like a hotkey enable setting that I forget to mention. So make sure that's all enabled. My chart's not working. Is NinjaTrader down? Obviously not, because I'm on NinjaTrader and I'm trading it, so I don't think it's down. If it's down, this would be a miracle. Your connection might be messed up. You may have to like reset, or yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, the prop firm, like the thing is like I would, yeah, it's a nice benefit to know that everything in the prop firm is contained within the prop firm accounts. So being a human, you know, you typically want to like reload your account if you're like low, you know, and so that prevents you from being able to do that. Yeah, just incredible moves up. Why didn't I take this trade? Because it's not a second entry long. Jane says I should open my own prop firm. I don't know if I would want to do that. Turtles actually has a moment of self-realization, which is a good news. I need to slap myself. I'm not following any rules and I'm messing up so stupid. Yep. That is a good time to realize it. Sooner the better. I'm gonna reload my historical here. Things are very slow and I don't know what's happening, and I don't know if I want to go long at this point. Do I want to go long still? I don't know. No follow through on the 5-minute chart. Weird. Oh yeah, Pandas, by the way, there's basically no news this week, which is weird. I think we have earnings. Is this week earnings week? I should look up what big earnings are this week. I'll put a Q&A also up on the chat. And yeah. No one has done it so far, so I don't know how helpful this Q&A function is. It's a new function. Alright, reload a historical just in case there's any funny business that happened without me knowing. Multiple bear bars in a row. The 10,000 tick chart might have just looked for a break of trend to new high. Some sort of break of trend to new high, possibly. That's all it's looking for. So maybe reversal set up here. I don't know. Andrew Way says, I cannot see a Q&A. Okay, I don't know what the Q&A function is. Not sure. I put a Q&A. I'm not sure how that's going to look. I don't know if you guys see anything, but got replaced. Interesting. Okay, let me remove this pin. Can you guys see the Q&A now? Okay. Oh wow. No, the whole time I was like, I felt honestly a little hurt. I was like, I'm putting Q&A for you guys, and you guys are not asking any questions. I'm a little hurt by that. I'm like, I want to know how you guys are feeling, and but you guys are not responding. It was a little. I took a little personal. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurt a little bit. Well, the whole time I was just being an idiot. All right, sorry guys. Here's the Q&A. It's up for you guys. You can ask whatever you want, and I think it's like a consolidated place where all the questions would be pertaining to that topic. So. Also, it's just a test for me to see if I like this function. Ah, okay. Okay, cool. For you guys, can you also switch just to Q&A, or can you guys switch back to Q&A and live chat? Yeah, it's working. Cool. So it shows in the live chat and also in the Q&A. All right, cool. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So the Q&A now, it says, what's your typical monthly percentage? Why is it two-leggy so hard? What is the best Al Brooks book? All right. All right, all right, all right. So how do you like Apex so far? I'm not sure if that question went to the Q&A. So, okay, actually, never mind. If you put it in the Q&A portion, it only shows in the Q&A. The live, it doesn't affect the live chat. So the Q&A now has 4 questions. Dino nuggies or macaroni with chicken strips? Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the macaroni for sure. Price action is this horrendous. We're getting these little teeny ranges, which I don't really like. It makes me feel weird, right? We have one here, right? 1 point ranges. We have another one of these weird things here. I don't like it. It makes me feel like today's gonna be tricky. I just don't like it. I don't know. P. Vince says, would you ever show... Okay, let me actually answer these questions. If these are legitimate, I'm going to answer some. Darren R. says, what's your typical monthly percentage? I'm not sure if what you're talking about is like how much... It's a little difficult because I have so many accounts. I don't know like how to really gauge. I guess one account. I don't know. I would say that question is probably also preserved for the members, because any questions really to do with my accounts, my account balances, is like that's like privileged information for the pandas, right? They get to see all my account balances. They get to see all my off-stream trades. I go over it every morning at 9 o'clock. I go over all my accounts, all my trades, like on the previous day, and my thoughts about them. And some of them I lose, some of them I win. So they get to follow a little more closely on my journey with as a trader and with Apex. Why is it two-leggy so hard? Two-leggy is so hard because you have to learn a greater skill than the two-leggy. The two-leggy is so hard because the greater skill you have to learn is to read price action and learn context. That's why the two-leggy is so hard. The two-leggy itself is not difficult. What's hard is the foundation you have to build up to see when a two-legged pullback is actually a good two-legged pullback. That's why two-leggy is so hard. Also, it takes a lot of patience. There's some disadvantages to it. It takes a lot of patience and takes a lot of just staring at the charts and being okay with missing a lot of other setups. PB Vince already answered Jaden Saint's question. PB Vince, would you ever show another price action strategy? I am not opposed to it. For me, it was that Bruce Lee. There's like a famous Bruce Lee quote, like, "Don't be afraid of the man who learns 1,000 kicks, but who learns one kick 1,000 times," or something. That is kind of what I'm trying to do here. But if I feel like so comfortable, like I basically almost mastered the two-legged pullback, which I feel like very difficult to say that anyone can really do. But maybe I will include more. I mean, supply and demand seems like an interesting one. I think that also it talks about basically price action. It's not really like an indicator-based strategy. Some more Al Brooks setups, always in long, buy the close, always in longs, and wedges, and there's some more Albrook setups that I could look into. Major trend reversals are one I already do, so. Hugh asks, how long have I been married? Pretty personal question, but almost 6 years. Simon says, hi Panda, do you do anything as a routine to focus yourself on your strategy plan before you sit down for trading? Routine now, not really. I kind of just sit down and start trading. I guess some market analysis, take about 5-10 minutes to do that. And also I think for me, where the most impact, so before I would have done a lot, but now I would say if there is any if I make any mistakes, right? Let's just say on stream, I have a bad day on stream. Like, I take the time right there and then to figure out what I did wrong and try to like reinforce that in my head in terms of, what not to do and what to do. And so to me, it adds to like this large body of kind of knowledge that I have in price action when it comes to trading, and I try to do as much of it as I can when it's fresh, when it's right there. And but what sucks is that you have to think a lot and you have to look at your mistake and stare at it, and it hurts to know that you're not perfect at trading. But at the same time, you're thinking long term, like, okay, it's okay, I made a mistake, and we learn from mistakes, and we don't make it again. At least we try not to. Catboy Trader says, can you have multiple live P accounts with Apex? Yes, you can have I have so many live accounts with Apex. You can have multiple, and you can trade it with a trade copier. How long do I trade after the stream? It really depends. If I like the price action, I'll stick on the charts for a while. If I don't like it, honestly, during stream you can tell if the price action for the day is gonna be good or bad. And at the stream, like, I feel like the price action is really tricky. I just don't like it. I typically just but if I like it on stream, then I typically look for good setups. Turtles asked a really good question here. How do you stop the FOMO? This is a really good question, to be honest. How do you stop the FOMO? Dang. I wish I could give you a clear answer, because honestly, I still fall for the FOMO. How do you completely get rid of it, or how have I mitigated it so far? Oh, there's obvious answers, which is stick to the plan, stick to the system. Make hard rules for yourself. Remind yourself that there's always the next trade. There's always another trade. You know what? Actually, the big thing that helped me with FOMO is this. My expectation right in the beginning of the day is I do not have to take a trade today. That's my expectation. And the reason why I'm okay with that is because if I can make an average per day, $100 per day, and when I think of my average, I'm talking about days I don't even take any trades. But the next day I might make $200, right? At least on the average, right? I can average out to around $100 a day. That, the amount of money that I can accumulate with that, with how many accounts I have with the trade copier, I'm so okay with that, because it's more money than I can ever imagine making doing anything else. For me, I'm okay with saying today it's okay if I don't take a trade. And I think that's the mindset I have from any day. And which is very difficult, because sometimes you stare at the charts and you're kind of like, well, I just spent like 5 hours staring at a chart and didn't take a trade. It feels like a big waste of time. And it might feel like that, but you gotta think of the bigger picture, that when you do this, if you do it enough, that those 5 hours a day, it's not a waste of time, because basically if you don't do that, then you're gonna miss setups, right? And so in the long run, if you keep doing that, you'll find enough setups where that's worth it, even though there's a day you stare at the charts. I think for us, we look at it day by day, and that's why it's so difficult for us. But I think you have to look at like a lifetime of trading, or a year's worth of trading, or a month worth of trading, even saying, as long as a month I'm good, or this week I'm good, it's okay if I don't trade today. I think that's a big thing that helped me psychologically. I really enter every day saying, I don't know if I'm going to trade today, or take a trade. I'm technically trading, but I'm not, by looking at the charts and everything. But Angel says, I tried scalping one contract my first try and ended up break even or red a lot, ended up blowing my first account. I'm now trying scalp and run with 2 contracts, but the RR doesn't seem good. Any advice? I'm not trying scalp it. Run with 2 contracts. I will say this right now. If you fail with 1 contract, I'm sorry to say, but what makes you think that you can be profitable with 2 contracts? And I'm not trying to be mean there, but I'm just trying to understand your logic, why you think doing 2 contracts is better than 1 when you've already busted a account with 1 contract. If anything, you should lower it and go to micros. You know, I think that might be better, but I don't know. You know, for me, it's like, or maybe your R&R is not good. You know, I would say, like, if you can't do it with 1 contract, I don't think you can do it 2, to be honest. And I'm not trying to, you know, I'm really not trying to offend you or anything, but I'm just trying to think, you know, logically here with that. Do you ever go through market replay to practice and your ass? I used to a lot. I used to a lot. Not as much anymore. Mali asks, how can we have multiple accounts open on Ninja? It seems it's not possible for new users. It's not Ninja, right? We're not making accounts with Ninja. We're making accounts with Apex through Rhythmic. So we're actually making accounts with Rhythmic because Apex uses Rhythmic, and we can have multiple accounts with Rhythmic, and you basically connect those accounts to your Ninja Trader. All right, I'm going back to the live chat. I'm going to end this Q&A. That took a big chunk. Plus, it happened at a nice time where we had a lot of choppiness here, right? When you start to see this, like I mentioned, I don't like it when I see this. It's sketchy to me. I'm just gonna sit on my pause. Just like over here, I didn't like this. Even though it had strong move, I just didn't like it. When I see this, I'm just gonna leave it alone. And when I see this could have turned into this, you know. So that's why I just leave it alone. And when it starts to turn into this, you're getting chopped up here. Basically, expanding triangle of some sort. Sorry, the thing is, like, when I look at the, see, that's kind of stupid. I'm looking at the questions, and when I look at the questions, I can't see your comments. I feel like you guys are making comments on the Q&A, where is, that I can't see like what you guys are saying about my answers, or you have more things to say. I like to interact with you guys. It's kind of silly. I don't know if I like it. Sorry if there's questions that you guys asked. Let's see. Some of my guys are saying Kellyanne is a very expensive product. Algobox. I'm not gonna hate anyone, and I don't want to say anything to affect this guy's life, but he seems like he's hating on me. But I'm gonna read my comments here that are talking about this guy Vinny. This refers to Algobox. Kellyanne says, I don't like his hating attitude, so I have no interest in his system. That is not my thoughts, but I'm gonna read it anyways. ROI, return of investment, like 1K with the 50K, 2% a month. Yeah, so I would love to answer that, but that's questions for the members. The social ads, is your full-time job remote job? It is. PV Vince says, I just feel non-subscribed viewers would appreciate your knowledge more. I don't think a lot of viewers fully appreciate how great your content is. Patience, proper setup, risk management. Appreciate that. That means a lot coming from a Panda, because a Panda knows exactly what happens behind the scenes. So they, in a sense, like, the Pandas at any time can illegitimize me, but none of them do, because they're Pandas and they know, and, in a sense, they can falsify me at any moment. But because they don't, I think it's just confirmation of what's happening on the background is good news. So, or at least I'm honest. And Angel says, the only reason I asked is because, oh, okay, so you're taking 2 trades because you want a runner. I see. A 1-to-1 runner is not a good ratio to have, because you got to think of when you lose, you're losing double, but when you win like maybe on the one scalp, but then 90% of the time your runner gets stopped out, you know, at break even. I would say maybe like 80 to 90% of the time your runner gets stopped out at break even. Every once in a while you have like a crazy runner, but you know, you gotta basically assume that, you know, let's say you're at 90%, then you gotta win like 10 times on your, you gotta basically win 10 times your reward on your runner to break even. You know, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but having a 1-to-1 risk, or having a 1-to-1 ratio with runner to your core position, with the scalp, I think scalp to runner ratio, I think it's not a good ratio to have. And what sucks is that you have to have more contract. You kind of have to risk more to have a better ratio. So in a sense, if you don't have the capital to risk more, then it's not good. Yeah, I'm going to answer this question real quick. This is still choppy, so I'm not paying attention here. Way too many overlapping bars. I'm actually more focused on chat here. So, if anyone's confused about the multiple accounts on Apex, yes, you can have multiple accounts on Apex. Why is that advantageous? Because of the trade copier. Some people ask the question, what's the difference between trading 5 contracts on one account versus trading 1 contract on 5 accounts? Well, because you're spreading your risk. If anyone has traded prop firms and tries to at least pass the evaluation, understands that the main point of the prop firm is to not bust your account. And if you can spread your risk around multiple accounts, then the better position you're in. And so this is why, you know, for me, I'd rather have 10 accounts trading 1 contract on across 10 accounts than 10 contracts on 1 account where I will like 95% chance bust my account in, you know, in a matter of days. But if I trade 1 contract across 10 accounts, I have a chance to be profitable over time. And it's just not, it's, you know, just the risk management or the cash management at that point is, you know, it's just way better. And so, you know, this is why I talk about, you know, having like 4 accounts. You know, you basically multiply that by 250, which is the amount of trading days in a year, which equals right to 1,000, and you can multiply that by how much you make on average per day, which means that's how much you can make by the end of the year. So if you make $100 per day, you can make $100,000 a year if you make just $100 a day with 4 accounts. But if you have, you know, and of course you can increase the amount of accounts you have, like to 10 accounts, whatever. And if you get 10 accounts and your multiplier is 2,500, and so if you make $100 per day, you make $250,000 a year. A $250,000 a year, pandas, seriously, with like 0 risk on your side in terms of trading. And this is what we do every single day here. And the pandas know exactly how many accounts I have, how much I make, you know, per month. They pretty much know. So RGE asks, so is the runner by itself profitable on the long run? It is, I think, if you manage it properly. Like I said, you know, if you have a runner, especially like a 1-to-1 runner, like a 1-to-1 ratio of scalp to runner, then your runner has to be 10 plus points, in my opinion. Your runner cannot be less than 10 points. Your runner has to be at least 10 plus points for it to be above break even, to be profitable, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but you got to basically calculate, you know, how many times you lose with the runner, or not even lose, how many times you come out break even with the runner, right? If you think about it, every time you break even, that's a scalp that you could have made, right? Instead of the runner, you could have made money with the scalp. So it really depends. It really depends. The runner makes the math just that much more complicated, though. Does Apex platform give problems when you start using more than 10 accounts? Not that I have seen. Not really. It kind of is pretty much, man, this is really choppy. So yeah, we're not trading in this. And it all started here, pandas, right? Remember when I said I didn't like this? This looks weird. So this is when I start to stop looking at the charts. And when I start seeing stuff like this, I'm just like, this is not worth my time, chart, you know? Like, stop wasting my time. Yeah, Melly says I have a different prop account. The reason why I use Apex is because they have the trade copier. Now, if your prop account, you know, you can use NinjaTrader. The thing about the Apex Ninja trade copier is it works on across NinjaTrader. So if your prop firms use NinjaTrader, you can still use the trade copier as long as it's on NinjaTrader. Is there any sales on your products? No, not right now. In the history of the product, there's only been one sale, and that's when it first released. So in the last like 2 or 3 years, there's never been a sale on the product itself. Pandas. Let me pull up for you guys. What is this? Show your support. Why would this be here for me? Why would I give myself support? Why would that be there? I don't understand. Alright, Pandas, let me see how you guys are doing. It's completely choppy right now. This is why I love the community, because you can talk during these times of just complete nonsense in the market. Where like when you see this price action, you just stay away. You don't take this long. Like I would say, like, you know, a year ago when I was trading, I would have gone long here. I would probably gone long there. Or a year ago to trade, I would have reversed that trade. And you know, and eventually, you know, it ends up working out. But like I would have gone short there. You know, like a year ago when I was, you know, just starting, I would have taken some. I would definitely go long there probably. Man, I see, whoa, such a good strong signal bar without like taking any note that the left of this is just complete chop. Because that's a two-legged pullback, right? So this is a two-legged pullback. It's just terrible context. You don't want to take a two-legged pullback like this and chop at the top of the chop, right? At the top of the range. No matter how good it looks, unless you want to trade a breakout, unless your strategy is like a breakout strategy, then you can have proper risk reward, and maybe that might work out for you. But I think the 20 EMA might be touched soon on the 5-minute chart. It does look like it wants to come back down to the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Al Brooks has a thing, if there's 20 bars above the 5-minute, typically with a limit order in the 5-minute, you can scalp out at least. My cross says it'd be good if I can. You know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about that. I think the number one request is trading view. And the nice thing about that will be like you can look at two-legged pullbacks across like any commodity, any stock, any instrument. Man, you know, here you're kind of stuck within futures. I guess you can technically get more data, but we're finally breaking out of this. Probably measure move of some sort. Yep, measure move was just made right there. Not interested at all in these trades, but you know, if you have a breakout strategy, then maybe you could have gotten a piece of that. Two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. Almost want to have a limit order here, but A, B, C. Two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA. Let's see if this has continuation. I actually wanted to touch the 20 EMA here, so there's no more unfinished business. A lot of you guys are flat today. Very interesting. Yeah, I would say the setups are not the best. I mean, when it starts to look like this, you're just wondering, well, what is going on? No second entries along this entire thing until here, and it starts to reverse. It's nasty. For Al Brooks, I highly recommend his actual online course. I would recommend that above his books. And yeah, I'll recommend that above the books. I mean, the books are good, but man, the video course, videos accompanying every single thing he's talking about is just it's just priceless, invaluable. All right, I have no idea what's happening here, pandas. I mean, looks like a downtrend now, or big trading range. I don't know. Higher time frames. Come back to the bottom of the trading range on the 10,000 tick chart. Like I mentioned, on the 10,000 tick chart, this range has been here the entire time, and it started here, and now guess where we're back at? We're coming back to the bottom trading range on the 10,000 tick chart. 5-minute chart coming back to the 20 EMA with a two-leggy. What to do? What to do? And I do have an affiliate link for Brooks, trading course. I do get benefit from that, but I could care less if you use it or not. It's up to you. But I do, if there was like if I could give you guys a discount with that, then I would definitely push it, because I'll be like, I can give you guys a discount with my code or something. But with Apex, I do have a discount. You can get 50% off if you use BBM50. So if you're interested in risk-free trading like we do every single day here, $300,000 funded accounts, take advantage of that 50% off code. It is life-changing money. I'll say that right now. Like I mentioned, on the 5-minute with so many bars above it, the first hit off the 20 EMA is good for a scalp typically. And I mean, technically didn't hit it. Barely missed it. Barely missed it. But yeah, we have a two-leggy here on the 5-minute. So I don't like how this looks like, especially when you have a breaker trend to new high already. And this measure move is gone. It might happen way over here, but then I'll have to readjust it completely. I could put up a Apex poll for you guys. There's a poll up for you guys. So you guys can see like how many people on this stream actually use Apex. I have no idea who actually uses Apex or not, but there's a poll up there. The reason why I like to use Apex, I mean, it's definitely the rules. The rules are the best. The hardest thing about Apex is that they do have some rules, or they have some restrictions in terms of withdrawing money. At least for the first $10,000, they allow you to pull out the first $10,000 at 100%. But the thing is, there's some rules to get to that point, and you have to basically be profitable for about you can first pull out money after 25 trading days with the P account. So that means no matter what, it will be at least the month after you started, right? You cannot have 25 trading days in 1 month. And so, they want to see at least you can go into the next month profitable. And then after that, and there's also little things like you can only request money at the end of the month, once a month. And, but the nice thing about, the way they do it is you get the money very quickly if you do request it, which is nice. And, before there was like a waiting period when you request it, then you have to like wait till like the next month till you get it. But now it's like when you request it, I think you just get it pretty much immediately, like in a day or two. And also you can pull out, a maximum on these accounts depending on what account you have. For instance, if you have the 300K account, your first month you could pull out $3,500. The second month you can pull out $3,500. The third month you can pull out $3,500, and from the fourth month on you can pull out as much as you want in terms of profits. Even Kellyanne, I have to give props to Kellyanne because she's the one who told me about Apex. I remember Kellyanne, she was looking at so many accounts. She kind of did all the research for us on the Two-Legged Pullback Discord, and I remember asking, like, what are some good ones? I've heard about, like, Earn to Trade, Top Step, some other ones, and it was clear to me that Apex was the best one. Or Lilu was another one. That Apex was the best one in terms of, like, all the rules, because, man, they, like, in terms of, like, what they allow you to do, they basically don't put any restrictions on your trading. You can just trade however much you want. And I really like the fact that it's not, their combine is not a combine, right? Combine, I feel like most of the time are like, you gotta finish this, you gotta reach this profit goal in a certain amount of time, right? Like you have like less than 10 days to reach this goal. In my opinion, that like creates bad habits. I liked Apex because they actually said you need a minimum of 10 days. So for them, they're trying to see if you're a profitable trader over time. And so I like that way better than, rushing you to make the goal. They say take your time to get the goal. As long as you can get to the goal, that's all that we care about. And that for me is more important. But yeah. So I really like Apex and how in their philosophy in terms of trading, they're really interested in making a partnership with you. And believe it or not, they made this public, but when you actually become funded, you're not actually trading. You're trading actually a sim account, even when you're funded. I know that sounds scary, but the thing is, they have the right to copy your trades or not. But if they see progress from you over the next couple months, they actually will contact you personally again. And they'll say, we want to give you a full prop firm account. And that's when you actually trade directly their funds. And I think that's after a few months of them seeing you trade on the funded account to see if you're profitable. If they can see that, then then they take the next steps after they evaluate all your trades. They basically evaluate everything in terms of what you're doing to see if you're legitimate trading or not. And so some people, they have like illegitimate means to make money off prop firms, and so they want to double check that you're legit. And after doing so, they go, okay, we see that several months of profitable trading. We want to give you a full prop firm account. And so they're pretty transparent about that, and so I actually like the fact that they say that. But it makes sense. Kellyanne, she says she's trading 10 micros. I mean, it's worth it for her. I mean, the fee is going to be way worse than just trading one mini, but the advantage is that she can break it up into a runner, basically a half contract to a runner. So that's amazing. That's a good idea. I mean, if you're taking 1 to 2 trades, per day, making 250, and you multiply that by 5 accounts. Ooh. Pandas, what is that? What is that by the end of the year? What is that by the end of the year? Wow. $312,500 by the end of the year. Whew. Whew. And she's trading micros. She's trading micros, and she's going to make over 300K a year trading micros. How's that possible? Only with Apex and Trade Copier. We do got the 2-leggy off the 5-minute, off the 20 EMA here, making a successful scalp. No setups for me on the 2000 tick chart though. I mean, you could do half a mini trading micros. It takes 10 micro accounts to make 1 e-mini. She says 250 per day on 1 to 2 trades times 5 Apex accounts. The way I read that is she's making 250 per account times 5 Apex accounts. Or is she saying average per day, 250 per day? I'm not sure. I think that's a little ambiguous. Maybe Kellyanne can clarify. I'm potentially thinking of taking a trap trade here, but it's a little risky, right? Break a trend to new low, major trend reversal. Kellyanne's being really smart. She recognizes having a 6 to 8 points risk that she needs to start trading micros. I think makes a lot of sense because 6 to 8 points is a lot for 1 e-mini, right? You should never risk, you know, the way, like, how do you calculate how much capital you should have per contract? Usually about $10,000, and the way that works is because typically you might risk about 4 points on any trade, which is $200. And so that means that the general rule of thumb is you should never risk more than 2% of your account on any trade. And so that's about $200 to 2% of $10,000. So for every 1 e-mini, typically you should have 10,000. But let's just say you're risking 6 to 8 points, double that, $400 per trade max, let's say. Then you can trade basically, you know, you have to trade micros. You can basically trade like the micros for that to make it more, you know, make it possible. Yeah, that's, you know, Kellyanne says she trades to 5-minute only, which is completely fine, completely good actually. I think 5 minutes pretty universal. Everyone does trade the 5-minute. We know for certain a large group of people trade the 5-minute chart. The 2000 tick chart is actually, I mean, it's popular for us, but technically, you know, you don't really know. Like a lot of people are using this tick chart. You know, it's kind of random in a sense, but I think it is getting more popular because of streamers like me and other streamers, or not streamers. I don't think anyone else streams 2-leg pullbacks. They might, but you know, they're definitely smaller than this channel. But typically, most people just do pre-recordings and put them up. Here, only place you stream, you see mistakes, you see the thought process, you see the turmoil, you see the pain, you see the joys all in one spot, all here in the stream. All right, so from 75 votes, we have 47% doing evaluations, 21% funded. Pandas. Dude, that is awesome. That is some awesome news. This is for the 25% funded traders right now. You know, making life-changing money as we speak. 70% just does personal accounts, 18% does personal accounts, and some people just don't even know what Apex is. By the way, access to the Discord, you can only get access to it. It is behind a paywall because originally it was behind a paywall before I started YouTube. And but then after YouTube, I think people wanted access to it, so it is, you had to become a Super Panda. The thing is about Super Panda, you get access to the pre-market show, plus you get access to the Discord. So David Field says, how does Apex differ from Top Step? It's better because of the rules are better, I think. Also, the best part is it's 50% off right now. You get to take home 90%, so you get to keep the first 100% out of $10,000, and then you get to keep 90% afterwards. So I don't know how much or how much Top Step is, but I think it's worse than that. I think they're about like 80-20 cut. At the worst, Apex does a 90-10 cut, and that's only after you keep the first 100% of the 10,000 per account. It's not even per trader; it's per account. So if you open like 10 accounts, you could potentially pull out $100,000, 100% of it. It's insane. I think it's insane. I think it's incredible. But yeah, I'm sure there's advantages to Top Step, but yeah, I don't know. The pin message, BBM50, you can see in the bottom of your screen. You can see in the description. 50% off Apex. Okay, Top Step is 90-10, but first 5K is full. Okay. Okay, so they're competing. I would say Top Step was not like that until Apex came on the scene. I would say, no, it's not. 10K is not per person. 10K is per account for Apex. It's amazing. It's 10K per account. So, Top Step, unless they changed it or something. Yeah, because Top Step, because of Apex, all these other prop firms are like competing now with Apex, but Apex was the first company to do it, and so that's why now you're seeing Top Step giving 90-10. So you should thank Apex; they're the first ones to do it. My only gripe with them when I first started Apex was like their website looked so terrible. I was like, this website almost looks like a scam. It's so bad. But then I think after enough complaints, like they started to change their website. Now the website looks amazing. It's great. It's fine. They have a lot of information on there. You know, for me, as long as they're legit and their product is good, I could care less how the website looks like. I just thought that, you know, for the outside viewer, when they look at it, it would be nice if, you know, it would help be very beneficial for them to make it look very nice. But trap triggering on the 5-minute chart, by the way, right? You have a failed second entry long on the 5-minute. It could reverse. Could reverse. I don't know. Very hard to say. Yeah. So, like, in a sense, like the evaluation, how I see it as Apex evaluation is like, you know, the first step. Then you get funded. Then you can pull out the first $10,000 on your, you know, on the first 10,000 on Apex. But the way I see that is that once you become funded, that to them actually they're using as a probation period to see if, you know, to them it's like a shadow step 2 evaluation. But you get paid if you can pass it, so it's nice, right? So it's a huge benefit to us, and for them, it's for them to see if you're a legitimate, profitable trader, and if you can get to the point where I think, you know, you can pull out the first, like, you know, 10,000, they probably really start considering you to be a serious profitable trader, where they actually want you to be part of, you know, trading their actual their personal capital as an Apex as a company. Sean says, "Can you please confirm with Apex?" I don't need to confirm. I personally have done this, so it's definitely more than it is per account. and I have confirmed with them. The only thing is if they have changed it since, you know, from a long time ago, but I mean, any panda here can say that, but from what it at least was, is that it's per account, not per, you know, not per trader. Yeah, but I can tell you by personal experience, it's per account. It's, you know, I'm getting 100%. So. All right, pandas, we have gone way over time, and unfortunately, the price action is pretty doo-doo right now, so no real good trades. Big move down, but no entries. Big move up, big move back down, no entries. It is what it is. So, pandas, hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. For anyone who wants to see all my account balances, my journey with Apex, you can ask more personal questions about, you know, how I'm actually doing, you know, apart from just a stream, you know, my overall trading as a trader. You can ask more personal questions there, but that's only for pandas and pandas and super pandas. And yeah, but 9:15 for the mainstream. Make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you hit that notification button and also subscribe to see if we get to that 80% Apex code. I will let you know, and you will find out first thing. From this channel, I will let you guys know if there's an 80% code off, and yep, for sure. So make sure, and that's for you guys. So yeah, you know, it's a win-win for everyone. So pandas, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. As always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.